Hello and welcome to the Tapping Fix. Today I'd like to talk to you about the end of 2016 and the beginning of 2017 and how we can use tapping and some other energy ideas to take what was sort of challenging for 2016 and clear it and really put it behind us and take our greatest intentions for 2017 and maybe give them a little extra oomph so that we can move on in the new year and really create some exciting shifts and really, really, really long-lasting changes that are pretty important if this is what we're trying to do with our lives or trying to go somewhere different than we've been before. So in case you didn't know it, 2016 was the end of a 9-year cycle. And 2017 is a 1-year cycle starting over. So in case you maybe felt like 2016 had a little more challenges than normal, or things just kept coming up, old patterns, old things that you were doing and you just couldn't shake it, don't feel bad. A lot of us felt that way, and it was perfectly normal in a 9-year to have everything kind of come to a head before it passed away or passed out. Now that we've got 2017 here, it's a 1. It's a great year to set some new intentions and to really take a look at where your life is and where you'd like it to go. Unlike some people, I'm not a huge fan of setting New Year's resolutions. I feel like those are kind of a setup for failure, and if you're anything like I was in the past years when I used to set New Year's resolutions, I would set some ridiculously high goal, and then the moment it couldn't come off, I would just take that perfect opportunity to just, get after myself and just talk myself down and sabotage, and I can't do it, and this is what happened, and it's just a setup for failure, in my opinion. If you like setting New Year's resolutions and that works for you, then that's awesome. But what I like to try to do is set up some things to clear for 2016 and then set up some energetic intentions for 2017. An example of that might be that instead of picking something that's, I'm going to exercise every day now and this is the way it's going to be, and I'm going to lose 55 pounds and I'm going to do this. A good example of this might be to say that I'm going to focus on my physical health and well-being in 2017, and I'm going to look to get rid of some of those old, really negative patterns that have been hounding me for years, like holding on to extra weight, or like procrastinating and not doing my exercising when I know that that's something that I need to do because it's good for me and it's good for my body. So that's the difference, basically, in my opinion, between setting a hardline New Year's resolution and a little bit softer, energetic focus and intention for the next year coming up. And then, of course, we're going to do some tapping to really help let go of those old things we don't want anymore and help give us a really nice setup for the new year. So one of the first things I want to do is I want you to, and you can go ahead and write this down if you'd like, or you can simply watch the video for the first time all the way through anyway, and then maybe go back later and go through it, and maybe you'd like to get a little more in depth and you can write some things down then. But I'd like you to kind of just close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out, shake it out, because here we go. I'd like you to ask yourself a few questions. The first question I'd like to ask, for you to ask yourself and really kind of get yourself in a spot that you can answer this honestly. There's no reason that you can't just really tell it like it is to yourself in this instance, okay? There's no one else around. There's no one judging you. There's no right or wrong answer. So go ahead and really try your hardest to just take what maybe something pops into your brain. Maybe it's not something you even want to acknowledge, but let's go ahead and see if we can do that so we can really make a change and make a difference. So the first question is, what feelings do I want to play down, shift, or limit in my daily experience moving forward into the new year. So if you were to close your eyes and just think at the end of 2016, if there were negative feelings happening, what were those feelings? What were they? Kind of really take a few breaths, take yourself back into maybe the last 2 to 3 months of 2016 and think to yourself, okay, what was I feeling like? Was I feeling sad? Was I feeling anxious? Was I angry? What were some of those really, tag word feelings that you were having that can help us get some more clues as to exactly where we need to focus on to really create a shift? So in the second question, of course, would be exactly the opposite. It would be, what feelings do I want to enhance and expand and really play up in the new year? So this would be an example for myself. I would like to play up and enhance the feeling of joy and spontaneity. I would like to be more joyful in 2017. It's not that I don't experience joy ever. It's that I find that I've always been the type of person where if something happens that I really like and I really enjoy, I'm worried that if I enjoy it too much, that maybe something bad will happen afterwards, or if I have too much enjoyment or too much happiness or too much this, that somewhere along the line the other shoe is going to drop. And those are my patterns, and these are things that I tap on and work on all the time. And if you're like me like that, then you would probably find that even though you experience joy, there's like a limit on it. There's like this upper limit on joy. Like, I can experience up to here, but I'm not going to go any higher because that could be dangerous, right? These are things that are clues as to what we really need to work on for the coming year to make this year different than other years. Make it better. Make it more hopeful. So that's a big one for me, feeling more joy. Something that I wanted to play down and limit in my daily experience is negativity. When something happens in my daily life, I want to end this pattern where the first thing that pops into my head is the negative thing, negative statement. I tend to be really sarcastic. So even my sarcasm is really just a cover for, kind of a negative statement. I'll say it, oh yeah, right. But really, sarcasm is just a cover for the fact that I'm basically saying, I'm negating whatever is going on. So that's for me. I wanted to, limit negative feelings and those negative patterns and negative self-talk. And I wanted to play up, more joy and spontaneity for the new year. Okay? And we're going to do some general tapping on that in just a second. But if you'd like to go deeper with this, then what I suggest you do is go ahead and take out a piece of paper, and you're going to put it in 4 quadrants. And you're going to put 2016 at the top of one and 2017 at the top of another. And I'm going to turn this around and show you as best I can, because we're so high-tech here at the at the Tapping Fix. This is our high-tech way to go here. I can show you that basically what I did was I put 2016 at the top, and then I wrote underneath what I want to phase out of my life, and I gave it different areas. I have personal health and wellness, I have financial health and abundance, I have partnerships, which include love, marriage, and family, I have spiritual health and well-being in the last quadrant down here. So 4 different quadrants. Some people like to just list straight down, which is fine. You could put your paper in just 4 rows. Some people like to do a wheel. And some people like to focus on more areas. I like to try to keep it a little simpler for this exercise. So I've broken it down into 4 kind of bigger quadrants. On the next piece of paper, I have 2017. And I've done it exactly the same way, but I've put what I want to cultivate in my life. That's what I want to cultivate in my life for 2017. And as you can see, I'm still getting used to the camera here and where to put things. Again, I put physical health and wellness, financial health and abundance, partnerships, which would include love, marriage, and family, and spiritual health and well-being. And as always, there's no wrong way to do this. You can put them anywhere you want to. There's not any specific order. But what I would ask that you would do is take these and put 1 to 3 things on them that you want to, and the first one is phase out of your life in 2016, and the second one is bring into your life for 2017. And we're going to have the top 3 in each of these categories. And that way, I'm going to do an example of each one for tapping, just one. And then if you'd like to go back, you can then pull up the other 2 and see if you can tap those all the way through. Another way to do it is to simply make a list of things that happened in 2016 and write it out like a journal or a diary. Just say, you know, I was really ticked about this and I didn't like this, or this made me sad, or this happened, or this didn't happen. And then you would tap all the way through it. You would just talk out your notes. In 2016, I lost a friend that I really liked. I'm not sure if I'll ever get that friendship back. It meant the world to me, right? And you would just go down your list and you would tap through the points, okay? A reminder of the points, even though if you go to www.thetappingfix.com, I have a full explanation of the different points. There's charts for you to look at. There's 3 audio meditation downloads if you'd like. There's a morning meditation, a midday meditation, and an evening or end of the day meditation. They're all free. So you can head to that site if you'd like. And before you start to do all of this stuff, if you have any questions or anything that you need to know a little bit more in depth, then that'll help you with that. So here we are. And we've asked ourselves, what feelings do we want to play down, shift, or limit in my daily experience moving forward into the new year? And so we're just going to sort of do a light tapping round on this. I'm going to keep it very general because my feeling may be different from your feeling, okay? And so I'm going to start tapping and I'm going to put my feeling in, and then I would like you to insert your feeling in, and I'll let you know where that comes into play, and we can kind of go from there. So the first thing is the karate chop point. It's right on the side of your hand right here. And then when we tap through the points, we have the eyebrow point, which you can either go right at the side of your eyebrow. You can do both sides. It doesn't matter which side you pick. On the bone that's on the side of your eye where the 2 bones meet. On the bone right underneath your pupil. Then we have under the nose, under the mouth. We have the collarbone points. We have under the armpit and top of the head. Ooh, top of the head without my sunglasses getting in the way. And then at the very end, I usually like to take my wrists, 2 wrists against one another. Okay? So let's go ahead and start some tapping. We're really going to get a SUD rating on this. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to say, what feelings do I want to play down or shift or limit in my daily experience moving forward into the new year? What is that one feeling that just gets you going? It has a really high charge. On a level of 1 to 10, you know, it's through the roof. Every time you feel it, you think, here it is again. You know, nothing's changed. I'm back to this old feeling again. That's the feeling that we want to deal with, okay? We're going to karate chop, and I'm going to use the example of fear. For me, that seems to be something that just, no matter what it is, even if I'm happy about something, even if I'm excited about something, I seem to always have my old friend fear that pops up and just limits the amount of joy and enthusiasm that I have for something. So for me, 2016, we're going to limit fear. Okay, we're going to try and really set it aside and let it go. All right, so we're chopping on the karate chop point, and we're saying, and just keep it tapping. Even though 2016 is gone, yay for some people, sorry. Even though 2016 is gone and 2017 is here, 2016 did have some challenges that I'd like to address. Among these challenges is the feeling that I get when I don't like something or something isn't working out. And for me, this feeling is, this is where you would insert your feeling. I'm going to say fear. I had a lot of fear in 2016. Remember that you're going to insert, every time I say fear, you're going to insert what you'd like. I had a lot of fear and disappointment, and these were challenges that I didn't feel I handled so well. But I do deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though 2016 was a year of big challenges, and I wish I had handled some of them differently. I especially wish that I had handled how I react to fear. That's mine. You're going to put in yours. But I deeply and completely honor that that's how I feel right now, and that's how I was feeling, and that's okay. Even though 2016 was not my best year, admittedly, and I felt a tremendous amount of fear, I know I did the best that I could, and I know that this just may be where I have to begin to get anywhere different, and I deeply and completely honor that in myself. Okay, we're going to move to the points. Eyebrow point. Whew, 2016. Side of the eye. What a year. My goodness. Under the eye. I barely got out of that one. I barely got out of 2016 okay. Under the nose. I just had so many challenges. Under the mouth. So many things that I felt were out of my control. Collarbone. So many things I wish I had done differently. Under the arm. So many things. Top of the head that I wish I could have changed. Back to the eyebrow. Deep breath. The biggest challenge I faced in 2016 was that I kept feeling, this is where you're going to put your feeling in, but for me it was fear. Side of the eye. All this fear. Under the eye, so much fear. Under the nose, at times this fear just stopped me in my tracks. Under the mouth, at times this fear was so debilitating that I didn't function very well. This pattern of fear makes me less than I can be. This pattern of fear keeps me stuck right where I'm at. This pattern of feeling fear keeps me from being the best version of myself that I can be. Eyebrow point. But 2016 is over now. Side of the eye. 2016 is fading away. And it's my fondest hope, under the eye, that by ending 2016, under the mouth, I can also end this attachment to fear. Collarbone, I can release all of these triggers and patterns and trauma around the feeling of fear. I can get this fear out of my body. I can get this fear out of my daily life so that it is not the most important feeling or the biggest thing that I feel all the time. Let's do some clearing. Letting go of this feeling of fear. Letting it go. It's safe to acknowledge that I have this fear, but it's an old story. It's time to let it go. It's safe to let this fear go. Letting fear go from my body, from my mind, from my unconscious, all the way back through time in all dimensions. Letting this fear go at a cellular level. Letting it go. Letting it all go now. Okay. Hopefully you get the idea. If you have more feelings than just fear, you're going to write them down and you're just going to repeat this exact same sequence that I did until you've dealt with every single uncomfortable emotion and given it a release to let it go, let it be. Okay? When you're done with that, and this may take a few days, you don't have to do this all in one sitting either. That's why I'm doing a singular example, and then you may find that this is better for you to do, like maybe take a week, and maybe you would do all of your negative clearing in 1 week, and then you would do your positive, or maybe you would take each feeling in a particular day. However it is that feels right for you, just remember, this is what we're doing. We're going to release these so that we can let them go, and then we're going to bring in, what we want to feel differently about. Okay? So let's now shift and let's do something a little more positive. Let's focus on feelings that I want to enhance and expand in the new year. So, hopefully you've written some of these down, you've closed your eyes, you've gotten yourself into a space where you're ready to tap. So, karate chop point. I'm going to use the feeling of joy because, like I said earlier, I would really like to cultivate just simple pleasure and joy in my daily existence. Smelling the flowers a little bit more, so to speak, noticing different things instead of just driving straight to work, noticing the landscape, smiling at people, meeting their eyes, things like that. These are things that I'd like to feel myself doing more and more. Okay, karate chop point. Here we go. Deep breath. Even though 2016 is behind me, 2017 is here, I want to be sure to set some new intentions, some new energetic goals, some new ways to feel. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I had all these feelings that might have been negative, there are things that I really want to focus on this next year. One of these things that's very important to me is feeling more, and you would put in your word, but mine's joy. It's feeling more joy. I want to have more joy. I want to experience more joy. And I understand that I'm doing the best that I can right now, but I love and honor myself no matter where it is that I'm at. Even though 2017 is here, it's very important to me to feel more joyful. I want to set this as an intention. I want to let my body know that it's okay to feel more joy. I want to choose to feel joyful. Heading to the points, deep breath. 2017 is here. Side of the eye, it's a new year. Under the eye, it's a new day. Under the nose, it's time to reset and recharge. Under the mouth, it's time to reapply different energies. Collarbone, it's time to cultivate things that I want, not focus on anything that I don't want. Under the arm, it's time to focus on the positive. Top of the head, it's time to bring in exactly what I desire. One of my main intentions for 2017 on the eyebrow is to feel more joy, or I can say joyful. Side of the eye, I want more joy in my life. Under the eye, I want to feel joy more often. Under the nose, it's not enough to just have it every now and then. Under the mouth, I want this intention to just burst forth from me. More joy. Collarbone, more joy. Under the arm, saying it louder, I want to feel more joy. Top of the head, I want everybody to know this is my intention for 2017. Eyebrow, I want to let this in. It is safe. Sorry. It is safe to feel more joy, even when the computer tries to cut out. It is safe to honor that I want these things. It's okay to want something better. Under the mouth, it's okay to desire a different energy for myself. Collarbone, it's okay to ask for this. Under the arm, and it's okay to receive it. Top of the head, so I'm asking. I am asking. And we're just going to say our catchphrase for the last thing. Whatever yours is, more joy, please. More joy, please. More joy, please, for 2017. I want to feel joyful, please. More joy. More joy. So much more joy. I want to cultivate joyfulness, feeling joyful. Right here. Thank you so much, universe, for helping me answer my new intentions. Okay. Hopefully that was a little more uplifting. It feels so good to focus on the things that you want for the new year that are positive and uplifting, and not just like, I want to stop doing this. You know, it's very important when you look at the things that you want to bring into your life that you work on not just a mental level, but the feeling level. So many people, when they tap, they say, all this anger, I have anger, anger, anger. But they don't actually say, I feel angry. I want to shift the feeling of anger. And you have to understand that your body has different things in it. You, many times, if you're not getting the shift you're looking for, take it to a feeling level. Make sure that you take it to a feeling level. So if what you want is more joy, instead of saying, just like, joy, 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 want to have joy, right? I want to feel joyful. I want to feel happy. I want to burst at the seams. These are things that you really want, so it's very important that you go after them. This is the wonderful thing about tapping, that these are things that you can tap in, like you're tapping a new computer program in, and tap away things that you're ready to let go of. And frankly, even if you aren't totally ready to let go of them, the tapping is going to help you reinforce that, okay? So we talked earlier about our quadrants, and we have our sheet for 2016. Don't forget our high technology page here. 2016 and then 2017, they look exactly the same pretty much. And so we've said, you know, what we want to phase out of our life in 2016. So now we're off of the feeling level and we're going to pick something, okay? Now I'm going to do one quadrant and I'm going to do one thing. If this were me doing my own stuff, I wrote 3 things down in each quadrant and I'm tapping on all 3, not just one. So, but I'm going to give you one as an example, and then hopefully you'll come back and watch this and you can add your other ones, and this will give you an idea of how to tap and what to tap on. So I'm going to do physical health and wellness. 2016 was a little bit of a challenge for me with health and wellness. I had a few things, a few surprises I wasn't expecting, and I would like to phase out of my life some of the negative health patterns that I've gotten into. I think that there are times in your life where you either cultivate wellness or you're cultivating illness based on your being and your energy and how you are and who you are. And I know for me, when I get something going on, if I get too depressed and I get too down, I have a very hard time getting myself out of that. And so I know when I said I want to phase out of something in my life for 2016, ill health and a negative outlook on my health is one of the number one things. So let's go ahead and start tapping. Even though I have this ill health that is really frustrating for me and makes me feel bummed and alone and down, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself right where I'm at. Even though this ill health that I have just doesn't want to shift, it's just being very stubborn. I choose to know that there's hope, and I choose to continue to work to shift this health problems that I have. Even though this ill health and negative outlook on life that I get going sometimes is not good for me, and I know it's not good for me. I know it's not the way to be. I honor the fact that that's just how I feel sometimes. And I love and accept myself anyway. Okay, eyebrow point. God, all this illness sometimes gets me down. Nothing seems to make a difference sometimes. Under the eye. I just wish things were different. Under the nose. But I have this negative outlook. I just feel hopeless. Under the mouth. I feel like nothing's ever going to change. Collarbone, I've tried it all. Tried everything. Done it all. Tried it all. Under the armpit. No miraculous shift. No 1-minute miracle for me. Still struggling. Still having a hard time. Top of the head. Is this ever going to change? Because it just doesn't feel like it. Just really get it. Just pisses me off. Side of the eye. I look at other people. They seem healthy, happy. People that don't even take care of themselves. Under the eye. I try to take care of myself really well. And still, there's just something. Under the nose. I go to the doctor. I go to the doctor all the time. Under the mouth. I constantly go. I ask. I try. I try new things. Collarbone. But sometimes these illnesses I keep getting, they just persist. just persist. Under the arm, and as I said before, it just makes me pissed. Top of the head, and it makes me bummed. Eyebrow. I get up in the morning sometimes and I think, could today please be different? Side of the eye. And if it's different, I think, yay! And under the eye. And if it's not, I'm just plunged into darkness. Under the nose. This illness. These illnesses that I just can't seem to shift. They make me feel sad and bummed and depressed and helpless. They make me feel upset when I don't want to. We're going to clear this out. But I know miracles happen every day. Side of the eye. You see them happen. You hear them happen. You know they happen. Under the eye. You know that one day you can feel bad and the next day you can feel better. Under the nose. You know that sometimes you'll find a fix you weren't expecting somewhere. Under the mouth. I need to let go of these negative feelings about my health. I need to let them go. They're not serving me well. I need to acknowledge that I feel them, and then I need to take these negative feelings surrounding my health and let them go. Sorry, there goes my computer again. Well, I let them go. Deep breath, letting them all go. Letting these negative feelings fade away. Letting these negative feelings go. Letting them all go. Taking them back to a time when they didn't exist. Taking them down to a cellular level before any of this stuff ever happened to me. Letting it go. I'm setting the intention to take all patterns, traumas, and triggers, let them go. All patterns, traumas, triggers for ill health, anything in all dimensions of space and time that's bothering me with regards to my health, and I am letting it go. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to blow out hard and let it go. Okay. That was on physical health and wellness. We could do the same thing with financial health. If we've had a bad year financially, we're going to talk about all the ways. We're going to get it out. We're going to talk about any way that makes us feel. We're not going to keep it in anymore. We're getting it out. Just speak regular. There's no formula. Just speak. Speak your heart. Speak your truth. You know, if you had something happen to you financially that brought you down, dang it. You know, talk about it. Get it out while you're tapping. Okay? And then the last couple of rounds you do are going to be letting it go. And make sure at the end there, as strange as it feels, talk a little louder about letting it go and then blow it out with force. Get it out. Get it away from you. Nobody needs it. These negative feelings. Okay, so 2017, sticking with the same theme. Remember that, you know, you could have 2 or 3 things. You could have different issues. This is just one example. And you could go back and do it with me, do the exact same thing with me. So if you were on 2016 and you were doing financial, every time that I said negative health, you would say this negative financial health, or you would say this lack of abundance, right? Okay, so you just trade the words and say it right along with me. It will work, okay? It will help, okay? So we've got what I want to cultivate in my life for 2017. And again, we've done the feelings. You know, we already know I'm looking for more joy. Hopefully you have something that you found. And now we're on to physical health and wellness is what I'm focused on, and this is what I want to cultivate. So when I think about what I want to cultivate, and physical health and wellness is, I would like to get back to a feeling of safety in my body. One of the things that I think long-term chronic illnesses do for people is that you get to a point where you don't feel safe anywhere. You feel like, something could happen to you at any time, any place. You specifically do not feel safe and calm in your own body, which is, to me, just awful. I mean, the one place you should be able to feel safe and calm is inside yourself. And if you don't feel that way, then this is just perfect. This is exactly what tapping is for. And, since I began tapping, I've made so many good strides on, getting things out, and I have, my health has improved, and I've had a much better outlook on my health since utilizing tapping, because it does really work. And this is what I hope you take away from this, that, if you've never tried this, try it. Just say it along with me. Put your own feelings in there. You'll be surprised if you stay with it. It really does make a difference. And that's what I'm hoping to do. That's why I'm here for you, is to try to help you see that, I'm a normal person like anybody else, and I have my own trials and tribulations, and this is what I'm doing online, is I am trying to show you something that I found that has been a miraculous tool for helping. So, okay, so what I want to cultivate in my life for 2017 with regards to physical health and wellness is feeling safe inside my body. And so we're going to start tapping on the karate chop point. We're going to say, even though I don't feel safe in my own body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We're going to say, even though I know I need to start cultivating feeling safe inside my body, I know that some days this is just, how it is, where I'm at. Even though I want to put in feeling safer in my body, I totally trust myself, and I choose to believe that I can shift this, that I can make a difference for myself. On to the points. Eyebrow point. I want to feel safe in my body. Side of the eye. I want to cultivate a feeling of being safe inside myself. Under the eye. I don't want to feel so much worry inside my body. Under the nose. I don't want so many tough emotions stuck inside my body. Under the mouth, I want to feel safe. Collarbone, I want safety. Under the arm, I know it's not too much to ask. And I know I just need to ask it over and over again until I can cultivate it for myself. Eyebrow point. When I don't feel safe in this next year, if I start feeling unsafe, side of the eye, I'm going to take a deep breath. Under the eye, I'm going to stop and acknowledge how I'm feeling. And then I'm going to create a shift. And I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let go of that feeling. Excuse me. That feeling of being unsafe. I'm going to let it leave my body. I'm going to let it leave my cells. I'm going to leave it behind me. I'm going to let it go. This feeling of being unsafe inside my body. I'm going to let it go. Letting it go. Letting it all go. And I'm going to focus instead on safety. I'm going to focus on my body and the fact that it is safe to be in my body. It is safe to be inside myself. It's safe to expect health and wellness. It's safe to be hopeful. It's safe to expect good things. It's safe to expect miracles. It's safe to be inside my body. It's safe to expect good health. It's safe to be me. Everything is not dangerous. It's safe. Okay. And you can see that kind of tapping is a little bit different because you're not really focusing too much on the negative. There's maybe a couple things you would say that would be negative. Then you're going to let it go. You always kind of want to have a round of letting something go. And then it's mostly just putting inside these affirmations inside your body that, you know, hey, this is what I want to bring in. This is what I'm asking for from the universe, from myself, from my subconscious. And, you know, if you don't ask for it, you can't get it. So hopefully this has given you a few ideas for the new year for how to end 2016 and really let go of some of those things that, you know, may not have been as fun as they could have been, and how to recharge and re-energize and look forward to the future in a way that's a little more energetically pleasant and softer than just setting, you know, resolutions. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you go back and look through it and tap along with me again in the different quadrants. If you have any questions, if you get through this, let's say that yours is really with financial health, or yours was with spiritual health, or you and your partner just not working. And I did health and wellness, and so let's say you try to tap on it and it's just not working. It's just you've gone back through this video and you're like, I can't. I just can't. I don't know what to say. Leave me a message. You know, I'll come back on and we'll work on something that you need to work on if that's it. I have no problem doing that. I'm here for you, and that's kind of why I do this. So if you're struggling with something, if there's something maybe that I didn't hit on here in these 4 quadrants, if there's something else that you'd like to see a tapping round on, or you'd like to clear out, please put it in the comments or ask a question, and I'd be happy to put something together and come back on. So thank you so much for joining me on the Tapping Fix, and until next time.